Everyone, it's your favorite internet discipline, Optical, and it seems that Valve can finally counter free. Finally, someone taught them a bit of the magic of math. Let's get into it. According to gamesradar, in their recent article released this year, it seems that Valve is working on an unannounced puzzle game, and by the sounds of it, it could be Portal related. Well, how does gamesradar know that a game is in development by Valve? Well, to put it simply, a user was scrolling onto the LinkedIn pages of some certain Valve developers, and what this person came to find was very, very interesting. You see, on this LinkedIn page, it says that they're working on an unannounced title on one, and a second one goes into more detail as this user on LinkedIn says that they created a variety of prototypes with their team that's focused on ambitious, never before seen gameplay for an unannounced project, and that they developed player mechanics and puzzles from scratch. Now, when you think of puzzle games, well, in what particular franchise does Valve do puzzle games best? That's right. We could be seeing the comeback of a major game franchise where their last full-fledged game released around 12 years ago. I'm freaking old. Now, it's important to mention that in such things, we need to take it with a grain of salt. But, you know, as of last year, Valve has recently said they're making a comeback on games, and I don't think it's Valve's Neon Prime, because Neon Prime is meant to be like a Dota third-person shooter, or like a third-person shooter set in the world of Dota that goes into the Dota lore. Dota's not a puzzle game, and it doesn't appear for this to be a VR title. Because if it was, it would say developed a virtual reality title, like an unannounced virtual reality title. So they were looking at a full-fledged game here, and it doesn't seem short. And the interesting thing is it says that it's on ambitious, never-before-seen gameplay. We could really be seeing, and if this is a Portal title, they could really be innovating here. You know, everyone loves the Portal games. You know, it's basic thing of you grab a portal gun, you complete tests, while this AI known as GLaDOS is just being a piece of work. And of course that was all spun on its head in Portal 2, and who knows what they could do with Portal 3. They could absolutely change the formula up again. You know, in the timeline wise, it makes sense. Eric Walpole had given an interview in 2022 with gamesradar, the same people who published this article. And he flat out said that he's ready to make a Portal 3. They have a very good idea for the story, but they need to get, you know, everyone behind them at Valve. Some people at Valve really liked their story, but the problem was that the studios just weren't in the mood for making another sequel, and I don't blame them. Portal 2 was a perfect game. It closed out the story very neatly. So if that is the case, I do respect it in that aspect, but just imagine how good the Portal mechanics would be on the Source 2 engine. It's a very powerful engine. If you've not seen it at Half-Life Alyx, it's very impressive, both graphically and mechanically. I don't even think this is a Half-Life project, because Half-Life was more shoot-em-up, FPS, sci-fi focus, rather than it being a puzzle game. There was a few puzzles to the levels, but it was nothing that, like, really was anything insane. So that really does beg the question if this is really going to be an unannounced Portal title. But the question is it a sequel, is it a prequel, or judging by the fact that remakes are getting very popular, is it a remake of the first one and that they build off from there? And that's what's interesting. Who's not to say what surprises they'll pull out of here? But I do doubt it's a remake. It could absolutely be, but you know, I do think Valve's been testing the waters a little bit, where with the RTX remix and a lot of like the mini Portal games they've done on like the Valve Index and the Steam Deck. They're testing the waters to see if players are ready to go back into that universe. And players are. Valve has said that there's no plans for a Portal VR game because it would make players sick. So, like, I mean, it's a puzzle game. It's not VR. It's certainly not Half-Life. So either this is a completely new IP, or we're going to see the return of a fan-favourite franchise. You know, and I think it's needed because a lot of old franchises are starting to make a resurgence. You know, like for example, Silent Hill, that's getting a resurgence. if they're saying that this is a puzzle game with never before seen gameplay, who knows what they're doing? They could be cooking something. But even if it's not Portal, I'm happy to see that Valve is back to making games. They've just done Counter-Strike 2. They've done Half-Life Alyx as well 3 years ago, and that was a major success. It's one of the most critically acclaimed VR games. Who's not to say what they're doing next? I'm looking forward to it. I know it's for sure, but yeah, this is exciting times. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.